Alright, so I'm going to go through how to set MyFitnessPal up, basically how to start fresh with a brand new account. You've never used it before, and I'm going to be doing it on my desktop computer, so I will be recording my screen as I go through it. So it's going to this video will switch between me and the screen, so you can pretty much see exactly how it is done. So we are going to start basically opening up Safari, and you want to go to myfitnesspal.com, where you will come to this page, and from here you can choose to sign up with Facebook, or you can choose to sign up with email. Email's fine, so I'm going to go with that, and you have to start with a username. So I'm just going to create an account now. I already have my own account, but I'm just going to create one just so you guys can see exactly how it's done and what to do. So I guess I will make one of myself. My email address is already in use, but that's alright because I have another one, and I'll go with that. Straight away you can press continue, and it's gonna ask you a little bit about yourself. Keep in mind that with this 10-week fat loss challenge, I'm going to be giving you exactly how much food you should be eating, how much protein you should be eating, how much carbohydrates, how many fats, how much fiber you should be having, which is essentially what MyFitnessPal is all about tracking. So you can go ahead and put in your weight and stuff like that, and how active you are. However, what you put in here will not really make much difference to what weight we're going to be doing, because basically MyFitnessPal wants to give you its recommended amounts of food and stuff, but it's not trying to give you food relative to your goal. It's just trying to give you food relative to you know, the basic food pyramid and things like that. So you want to change it to the metric system. So I'm going to go with kilograms, centimeters, kilometers. Save those changes. And I'm just going to put my information in. So right now I'm 94. I want to be 90 kilos, 175 centimeters. And I'll just chuck in some information right here. And I'm going to put active. If you are doing, if you want to fill this out correctly, if you're doing weight training, and you're doing the things that I ask you to do, then you're going to be active. I wouldn't say very active, and I wouldn't say lightly active. How many times a week do you plan on exercising? I'm going to go with 5 times per week for around 45 minutes. We always want to have things in calories. Whenever you see an option to change from calories or kilojoules, we want to go with calories. And I'm just going to go ahead and press save and continue. Alright, so it's going to ask me for a referral system. Try to get some friends interested. Just going to go ahead and press skip. And there we go. So it has recommended 2,500 calories for me. It has my carbohydrate recommendation right there. It's got my fat recommendation and my protein recommendations per day. So I'm going to go ahead and press get started now. And so basically, now that you have an account and you've been set up and stuff, we want to change your goal. So like I said, MyFitnessPal has its own goal, but we want to have it custom. So I'm going to go ahead and press goals. And we're going to go ahead and press change goals and custom, continue. Now in this menu, what you can do is adjust the calorie amount and adjust the percentages. Because we are tracking macronutrients, specifically not calories, this setup is not really going to be ideal for us. So just say, for example, I want to eat 3,000 calories. I'm going to put 3,000 in. And I also want to eat, I personally want to be eating right now 240 calories, 240 grams of protein, and I want to be eating 300 and 50 grams of carbohydrate, and I want to be eating 70 grams of fat. And as you can see right now, I'm trying to adjust my FitnessPal to give me exactly what I'm trying to achieve in terms of macronutrients. And it doesn't seem to be doing what I want it to do. So because of that, because it's based on percentages and the macronutrients that I give you won't be based on percentages, we're not going to use this system for MyFitnessPal. So what we want to do is go with a calorie goal of 0. And then you want to scroll down and press change goals. You could pretty much go 0 for everything, because none of this is going to have any relevance to what we are trying to achieve or to your health based on the foods that you're going to be eating. Fiber, you could leave fiber there. Fiber is going to be 15 grams per 1,000 calories for the most part. So 3,000 calories, I'm going to give myself 45 grams of fiber, and everything else can just stay as it is. So I'm going to go ahead and press change goal. Now what we want to do is go to food. This is where we put in all the foods that we're going to be eating. So let's say for breakfast, we go add food. And there is a huge database of food on MyFitnessPal. So I personally like to eat traditional muesli. And I'm going to press search. And it's going to come up with a whole bunch of foods. And the one that I choose is home brand. And over here, this is where we want to put the measurements. So I like to go 1 gram for everything, and then I'll put in exactly how much I've eaten. So I personally like to eat 150 grams of traditional muesli. And if I click here, it's going to tell me the nutrient information of what I just selected. So 1 gram, 150. There I can see that it's 85 grams of carbs. It is 16 grams of protein, 17 grams of fiber, and 14 grams of fat. Is this diet accurate? Doesn't matter. Click out to there and add food to diary. So we'll see that that is now added to my day, and I'm also going to have a protein shake with that. And you'll be surprised that MyFitnessPal has a very large database, and at the moment I'm using PhD Pharma Pure protein powder. So I'm going to search that and see if it has it. No doubt it will. Right here. And there's going to be a bunch of different ones. Right now I'm using the vanilla cream. So I'll go ahead and select that one. And 1 scoop is 30 grams. So if you're measuring your protein by the scoop, that's cool. If you have to hit a specific protein intake or protein level, and you know 1 scoop is going to be too much protein, then you can go ahead and go with grams like I normally do. And I'm going to go with 60 grams, which is equal to 2 scoops. Add food to diary, and there we go. And very quickly I'm just going to add some mixed berries to that, because I do enjoy some mixed berries. And there's a lot there. I know the brand specifically is Nana's, so I will go with Nana's. Search. And Nana's frozen berries. 1 gram, and it's going to be 150. If, for example, there wasn't a 1 gram listing and it only said 100 grams and I wanted to have 150 grams, I would just go 1.5, and that's going to be 150. Add food to diary, and that's it. So that's my breakfast, I've decided. So I'm going to have 150 grams of muesli, 2 scoops of protein powder, 150 grams of berries, and I'm probably going to cook that in water, add the protein powder, mix it through. It's like having milk to me. If I wanted to add some milk, I would just go add food, find the relative milk that I like, which is probably going to be skim milk, and then chuck that in also. So you'll see that the calories for each food is listed, the carbohydrates for each food is listed, the fat, the protein, the sodium, and the sugar. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, our goals are 0, but we know what our goals are because I've specifically given goals to you individually based on who you are and your personal individual factors. And then it will tell you your totals for each one. So our goal as part of this 10-week fat loss challenge is to hit the carbohydrate, fat, protein goals, and fiber as well, which will be listed. You want to hit those exactly as what I give you to hit. And by hitting the carbohydrate, fat, and protein goals, you'll automatically be hitting a specific calorie number. Okay, so that's pretty much how it is. That's the basics of it. You can go ahead and choose lunch, dinner, add some snacks, and if you decide that you don't want to eat up some food, you can go ahead and delete it. And yeah, so that's the basics of how to set up MyFitnessPal.